that we were dealing with, so it kinda got put on the back burner like we were talking about before. And I didn't do anything with that for probably 9, 10, 11 months. And then, when did we meet with those people?
About a year ago, I think.
Yeah, actually even less than that, but, so now then we get all the people together that have to get together. And I was under the understanding, when I started this, they needed a letter of reference, a letter of, intent, thank you, LOI. Letter of intent, well, to me, a letter of intent is letting them know that you intend to do this. Well, that wasn't enough, and I wasn't gonna get in an argument with the lady from Madison. So, nice politely, okay, what do we need to do? Well, you gotta have your plan all laid out. What are you gonna have to do with this exercise? Well, that's what I thought they did. They do nothing. We have to plan everything out, give it to them, show it to them, and then they come back, and there's a lot of steps involved, but they make sure you earn it, because they don't do any of the work for you. They'll let you know where you have to go to get something done, but that's it. So, right now, all we have to do yet is do a traffic study on 3 roads, 3 streets in Olin. Roads, crosses, and that's, I think it's 2 days on each street. And, which, found a company where we can rent the traffic counters from for a reasonable amount. And we're gonna do that probably by the end of this month. We'll have that done, I hope. First week in March at the latest. And then we'll have to plug those numbers into I forget the name of it, but they have all these numbers that comes up, and they come up with a safety index. And if you're under that safety index, you qualify and you can go ahead. But then there's other stuff too. We might have to put in medians on 1 or 2 of them, which are small, they're not, huge medians. So it's gonna depend on what the expenses come to, if we have to do anything. We have to do signage, which basically no horns, and that type of thing, for the pedestrians on the sidewalks. Other than that, then it's a done deal, and you have to give the public like 30 days notice, so I'm hoping, if we can get all this done by end of summer, wouldn't be unreasonable, if they approve it, if we meet the standards and they approve it.
For 2019.
Yes.
Okay.
Depends how long you gotta wait for people to send stuff back, it's a waiting game, but
Yeah.
I expect it to be done already, but got put on the back burner. So that, I kinda forgot about that. That's a short-term goal to get done this year. And we did just last night approve the expenditures for the traffic counters.
Oh, all right. Okay. In last night's council meeting.
Yep.
All right. Well, Kevin, with your relative short time being here, a year, I mean, this, compared to Charlie, who's been here for, 250 years. Yeah, that's right. And Bob, who's been here for 10 years, I guess. What is your source of information? Where do you get your input as to what you feel needs to take place in Owen?
From the public. I talk to a lot of people in town. I help people out when I can, if somebody needs help, I help them out, and people pull me over to the side and tell me what they think about the water situation. Some people don't like it, some don't care, and some people just want to see something done, And it's like the train too, they're sick of hearing the horn, They want to get that done out of the way. So it's just, I just go by what the public wants done, and then tell them to do the best job I can.
All right. Well, that's kind of the knock on your candidacy is your short time being here. So how would you defend against that?
Well, I've not been that far away. I grew up around the area, I didn't stay in Dorchester all my life, I moved out, I got out of town, and I got friends around the area. I've been around 53 years now, so I'm not like I've never been here, so I've been around.
All right then. Charlie, the knock on you from a lot of input is is your schedule, your busy schedule, that you know, between just what all do you do after all? I mean, you do you do the
I'm
reffing,
retired.
you do that. That's right.
Well, you know what? I always loved teaching, working with kids, so I still substitute teach. I retired earlier than I expected, but the time was right. It was the time to get out. So I still substitute teach. I can sub here, so I gotta, because I'm on the school board, so I go to Kobe, Abbotsford, Millsville, Loyal, middle schools in the area. I could almost sub every day of the week, but I've learned to say no. Probably average 3 days a week. Now this week I have none, because well, I was planning on doing a lot of things, but it's snow kind of taking care of that. Shovel snow the last 2 days. But anyway, and I've always loved sports. I've coached 3 sports. I played sports. I still play sports. So I officiate. And that's, again, you're working with kids, and it's a kind of a payback thing too. You don't do it for the pay, some people do. I just love officiating sports, so I officiate 6 sports. 3 of them varsity and 3 non. And that keeps me kind of tied with the communities, the schools, the kids, whether they're from Owen or anywhere else. So I enjoy doing that. You know, I know a lot of people from other communities, and that mostly comes from coaching, and of course now subbing, and then being official. What else do? I do some, you know, part-time stuff. I have a buddy over that owns a business in Abbotsford. Once in a while he needs a driver to take a load, so I'll do that for him. That's probably averages once every 2 months, so it doesn't take a lot of my time, but I'm gone for 4 or 5 days at a time because it's out in the East Coast or something like that. Help out, do some odd jobs. Last week I was gone 2 days on a Platteville, helping build a house, inside of course. So that's what I was the last 2 weeks, and I found out. I'm glad I didn't become a home contractor when I was young. That's not my cup of tea, but it was fun and it was a learning experience. And I knew the guy. He's the guy actually I ref with. He's a home contractor. Other than that, yes, that's it. I'm gone a lot. I'm a person. I probably wouldn't even need a house, so I should sell it. But I'm hardly ever home. Of course, it's a home I raised my family in, so you know now it's of course way too big for what I need. But I just stayed there for now, and when I don't want to stay there, and I'll go out to my hunting cabin for the night. The last 2 or 3 nights I've stayed out there, so I like moving, you know, getting out of town. But for the most part, when I need to be here, I am. There are times it's a little hard to connect with me, but.
Well then, how many meetings? And I don't know the answer to this, so this is not a loaded question. How many council meetings have you missed in your
the 2 years?
first term?
2 or 3.
A couple times a year I've
Okay.
run meetings.
I know one for sure. That's a given. That's when I go out to Utah, I think, to play ball. So it's usually been between 2 and 3 a year, and Pam fills in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's no different.
Well, I think that's
That's
what
no
scares
different than
everybody
last
is
year.
that you leave us to the tender mercies of Dr. Pam Jaffe.
Charlie's on the library board and he's missed very few meetings of that. So.
Right.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Okay, Bob, not escaping the knock question. And I know the answer to this, but I want to give you a chance to answer it. You went to work over in Thorpe.
Yep.
At the Public Works Department there.
Yep.
And then you were unceremoniously cut loose. Do you want to explain that, or can you explain that?
I was involved in a motor vehicle accident during my tenure there. Basically, a lady ran into the back of my pickup truck. Because I was backing into a driveway, I was stopped in a roadway and backing on a roadway. So I was terminated because she ran into the back of my pickup truck.
And you were still in
I was in a work
probation?
truck. Yeah, I was still on probation yet, and so at that point they can fire you for sneezing in their face or something. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
So it was unfortunate. It was a learning experience. I've worked a lot of places, and honestly, that was the first place I was ever terminated. So that was a really tough pill to swallow for me because my mother raised me up to put your head down, keep your mouth shut, and do your job. you know, and that's been my mantra that I've lived by my entire life. So being terminated from a job was a tough pill to swallow, but I do believe that it helped me grow as a person. So it was a lesson, you know. The nice thing was is that working with the Public Works for a little over a year, you know, I've got my certification in water, I got my certification in wastewater, pools. So that's something that I can use, private sector, public sector, government sector, doesn't matter. That license is good anywhere. So, I mean, unfortunately it's just another license hanging on the wall at this point, you know, and I've got quite a few of those, but it was a good learning experience to where I think that it would help me, you know, it helps me as an alderman, you know, to be able to understand the Public Works report a lot better.
Mhm.
You know, because I've been there. I know what they're going through, like this snow removal, you know, I've heard people griping and complaining. And it's just like, you guys don't fully understand what it takes to plow a city. It's not a fun job, and it's not an easy job, you know. And so I feel like I have a lot more sympathy towards the Public Works on that aspect because I was there.
Mm.
So, and when it comes time to, hey, we need a new piece of equipment, you know, I'll understand more why, you know, or hey, you know, we didn't get this project done because we had a water break. Well, that's unfortunate because it's cold and you got water spraying all over you, but totally get it. You know, I'm not saying that other people don't. It's just, you know, for me that's a feather in my hat to where I can understand that a little better.
All right. I'm going to ask again if anyone has any questions they want to ask, any follow-ups?
I have one question, and this is for Kevin. Being a member of the city council, in the Sentinel when you were being interviewed, you said you questioned some of the political and business decisions that have been made in recent years. He called into question some of the elected officials of the city, and I guess I'm wondering what decisions you questioned and which elected officials that you are calling into question. That's kind of a loaded statement
Yeah, it
to
is.
make without any backup.
Well, like I said, I'm on the Lions and I'm in with the public, you know, and they talk and everybody talks and they just tell me what they think and they know I'm running for mayor and they're just, everybody's telling me what they think should happen and I says, all I can do is what I can do. I says, if you want me to try to do something, I'll try to do it. If I can't do it, you know. Some people don't like some people in this town. I can't do nothing about that, you know. And I'm not gonna start naming people's names because it ain't right. You know, there ain't no reason people should be going bad-mouthing people, you know, about this and that and whatever else, you know. I'm just, people are coming up talking to me and telling me what they think, and you know.
Well, what would be one of the
Everybody's
things
got
that...
a voice, you know, so they can voice their opinion. All I can do is listen to them and hear what they have to say, you know.
And here it says you questioned some of the political and business decisions that have been made. So which decisions have you questioned?
Well, like the field of dreams. They call it the field of dreams. Sounds like there was a bunch of wasted money right there. A lot of people don't like that field of dreams that you guys made out there, you know, by the highway out there, because nothing ever happened. Everybody was promised this and that, nothing ever happened. So, if we want to go there, that's where they want to, that's what they're bitching about. All the money was wasted out with that. Water and everything out there, where'd it go? To a dead end, nothing. So, we're there, that's where we are with that. That's one decision that was pretty well made pretty bad. Because nobody made write nothing down on a piece of paper and making them people liable for bailing on the city of Owen for all that work you guys put in for that water system. So, if anybody wants to complain about something, there you go.
Charlie, how do you respond to that?
I have a philosophy, and this is probably part of it's being a teacher, and I'll be involved in city government, and anything. And I don't care if I offend somebody, because again, I'm not gonna mention names, but you have your doers, and you have your, I forget the other ones they're called. You have your doers and you have your naysayers, so to speak, okay? There's people, and every community has them, it's not just ours. All they do is complain. And those are usually the ones that don't do anything in your community to make it better, or try to make it better. They don't run for office. They complain, and that's their, it's like it's their job, that's their life. Now when I hear those voices, I turn them off, because they're not positive. I like to surround myself with positive people. You know, if there's a problem, let's find a solution. Let's not sit there and complain about what good does that do. So I surround myself with positive people, doers, the ones that complain, and I'll use the word whine and bitch. I don't even talk to them. I won't even listen to them. Oh, I might pretend I am, but that's the way it is, because you're gonna have those people, and it's always usually the same ones. Not always, but almost always. And why are they complaining, bitching? Sometimes because they hear from somebody else, and they don't get the true facts. They don't know true facts. They don't come to meetings. How do you know what we spent our money on, where the money came from, whether it's taxpayer dollar, whether it's donated money? We had that issue tonight at Parks and Rec, you know, taxpayer money. No, it's not, it's donated money. So, they don't understand, so they're gonna say what they hear or what they think. And then people believe it. It's like, you know, how much stuff you believe on the internet, you know, off of Facebook or Snapchat, which I don't even use, but CNN News. You know, people believe everything they see on the news. Well, it's how they give it to you. That's how they want you to see it or hear it. I've had stories read up, boy, this really happened? Well, no, this is what actually happened, you know. So, I know it's the truth when you hear it from that person's mouth or somebody in that family, you know.
Mhm.
I've been there a lot of times. Until I know it's the truth and hear it from the right person, it's not the truth. It's not the total truth, you know, there's not all of it. I've had that from being mayor too. I get told enough to take care of my curiosity, and then, but it wasn't the whole story, so. That's all I'll say.
Bob, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, when it comes to the agribusiness park out there, did something fall through? Yeah, it did. It happens. It happens. You know, when it comes to financial situations, when it comes to decisions being made, you know, sometimes things happen. There's a rumor going around, or it's not even a rumor, it's true, but there's something that in my personal life is happening, and a lot of people are questioning my ability to run a budget because this has happened. Okay, and I'll be right up front. You know, I'm back on my property taxes, and here's why. My daughter, for the last couple of years, has been fairly sick, in and out of the hospital. Hospital bills racking up. Didn't have the best insurance with a $7,000 deductible. You know, things come up that don't always go as planned. All right, and the decision that I made was to pay off the hospital bills where they could sue me, and put the property tax on the back burner because, well, now that the hospital bills are taken care of, I can pull my money back in, pay my property taxes off. It's not a bad budget. It was a decision that was made to make it through. So going back to the agribusiness park, did something happen? Yeah, it fell through. But now we have a very awesome opportunity that I am hoping and praying will come to that agribusiness park, and that's through the Farm Tech Days. You know, Farm Tech Days is looking at using that site this year, right, Tim? Next year.
2020.
Oh, 2022. Okay, I'm a couple years off. But they're looking at using that site for Farm Tech Days, which is huge. It's going to bring thousands of people to Owen. You know, and the fact that that's there, it's developed, it's got a road that goes through it, it's got utilities out there. You know, it'd be great if we could make that a permanent fixture. You know, the Farm Tech Days is a permanent fixture coming right out of, you know, the heart of Wisconsin, you know, and that would be great. So when a decision is made, and a decision is eventually falls through, or, you know, does fall through, it doesn't mean that it's the end game. You know, and I explain that a lot to a lot of people, because I've heard it too, Kev, you know, I've heard it too. You know, but the way that I say is that just because it didn't work out now doesn't mean it's not going to ever work out. You know, yes, we have infrastructure that's going out there, but On the plus side, we have infrastructure that goes out there. So I mean that's a huge selling tactic. You know, that's a huge selling thing. You know, we have all the infrastructure, we have everything out there. It's a road that's already out there. Everything's good to go. So yeah, did it not work out the way that it should? Yeah, but does that mean it's an end game? No. It's a great. There's great things that can be done with it.
All right.
I want to point out something to that effect, just to clarify. That's in the TIF district out there, so if we didn't do anything, our taxes would still be going up and staying the same. The businesses in the industrial park paid for purchasing the land, they're paying the loans off. It's not, our taxes haven't changed because of that. Not at all. It's coming out of the TIF district, and the TIF is doing real well, that hopefully by 2022 we can put the roads in there, because we can't do any projects beyond that.
Well, like when they asked me at newspaper about that question that she asked, I was like, all these people are coming up and asking me about this and that, and what are they gonna do about it, and I says, really, right now, I don't know much about the deal, but I says, like I told you before, we gotta advertise it. If we don't advertise, people don't know about it. It's like, you gotta put something on the papers and where corporations gonna see put a picture in the damn paper and let them see the land. That way they can make their own decision if they wanna come and check it out, you know. That way that all that work you guys put into that water system and sewer system out there profits from it, you know. You can't just let it sit dry and hope somebody comes and, like you said, now the ag thing coming in 22. Well,
We gotta get it for sure there. It's
Yeah.
coming to Clark County,
Yeah.
but we gotta get them to name that as that.
It would just make sense for all the towns around the area. Everybody would benefit from it, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and hotels, restaurants, and everything, you know. If they do come, it'll make Owen that much better.
We've had two separate businesses that actually went into design and designed factories there and then backed out for, I'm not sure if it's the water cost reason, but our studies show
Wasn't-
we're average for the area, so it really shouldn't be
But
that.
at the time, there was that,
Agribusiness park that,
2008, when that section went through the
oh,
area.
yeah, that didn't help.
That didn't help you guys
Not
neither,
at
so. People don't bring that back into, you know, the issue about what happened and lack of money for everybody, and at that time of the year, you know, well, things are getting better and more corporations got more money in their pockets, maybe it'll happen sooner than later.
And, yeah, that's my attitude too.
You know, I don't wanna blame people for some things that people say to me, you know. People ask me some questions, I just answer them, you know, what,
Are there any other questions? Well, then I'd like to thank you guys for coming and answering the community's questions and presenting yourself. And we look forward to next Tuesday. And good luck to all of you.
Good luck.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.